me put. I just put us live, and I'm gonna put we are
awesome.
If I can type.
You can't. Turned off my ringer to be semi-professional.
Yeah.
I didn't even plug in my good mic because I'm like, you know what? I have no idea where I'm going to put this in this room.
You can just hold it, like I do sometimes.
Make it look like I'm using it. Like I've got this. I mean, I sound fine, probably.
I mean, we can hear you.
Yeah, you're fine.
You know, testing. Not even plugged in. Look at
this. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work.
That headset sounds pretty good though.
Yeah, I got it on sale. It's very nice.
Very nice.
I use it on my Fortin, so now you can hear me curse loudly.
You had a hiccup in Zoom. You said, I use it for my Fortin.
That is what I use it for.
Awesome.
That's what I use mine for too.
I mean, that's true though.
I use mine for my Fortin too. So basically, we're just doing a Pop Culture Palate reunion this evening. Does that sound good?
Heck yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what we're talking about other than, you know.
Do we never? We never know what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Not on this show, no.
Yeah, no. So, Jacob, you want to do the Patreon thing first, and then we'll head in?
Yeah, I think I got it memorized, maybe.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Sure.
All right, 3, 2, 1.
This episode of America's Podcast is brought to you by Gin Eveland. If you want to support middle-aged fat white people to make another unneeded podcast, go check out the Innsmouth Rag podcast, found wherever podcasts are given away for free. And we are also brought to you by Daniel Salmon, who wanted me to say, I just wanted to see Jacob get tased. That's right. That's why I subscribed to our Patreon.
Oh my God, did he pay the $50?
He got the $50 Patreon.
Yes. So I'm gonna get tased soon. Jason has to go buy a taser.
Yes.
And I will be getting tased.
Wow. And
we have to give a shout out to Derek Diamond and Kathy Gutierrez Figueroa. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. That's www.openmicers.com. If you want to also be as cool as them. And let's start the episode.
Here's the music. That music can mean only one thing. It is our 100th episode here at the Open Micers Podcast. My name is Jason Robbins.
I'm the always yoked Jacob Craig. I'm fucking yoked that it's 100 episodes, dude.
I know. I did not think we would make it this far at all.
100 episodes. Over 10 years of podcasting, and we still can't hear the theme music over the goddamn.
Hey, somebody just sent some money to my to support the podcast the other day, so I'm going to buy the software I need to do that. So next time you guys will be able to hear it. I just couldn't do it today because I didn't have time.
Episode 101 is going to be a lot better.
Yeah, 101 is going to be way more professional than we are now. It's going to be
the first 100 episodes were just crash tests.
Yeah, it was
like that's just
it was
a test.
At
Disney World, 101 means it doesn't work.
Well,
before we start all this, we have to tell everybody what we're doing for the 100th episode. We're doing a Pop Culture Palate reunion. Yes, that's those voices you hear. First up, we have Miss Steffi Lou Who.
Hello.
And we have Mr. Wally Phelps.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Can I just pretend to be Steve Scott for the rest of the show?
Can, yes.
Steve's going to join us because he lives in Malta now, apparently. So it's 2:30 in the morning where he is.
Right. So you're going to have to sound more suave and look about 75% more handsome.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Wally, if I could do either of those things, I would have done them already. And I probably wouldn't be hosting Open Micers Podcast.
Yeah.
Between all of us, we can draw okay.
Yeah.
We can come up with something.
Yes.
So, look, Jacob got frozen in Zoom, and it was the best face ever. So I'm gonna have
Was
to
it?
I'm gonna go clip that out because that was awesome. That was a meme face right there.
Hell yeah, dude! I'm gonna be a meme now. We're on TikTok now too, by the way. Go follow us on TikTok. Our
Right.
TikTok's pretty lit.
Oh
I
yeah,
would if I had TikTok, but I think I'm the only human in the world that doesn't have TikTok.
And good for you, Stephanie, because you shouldn't be on TikTok. TikTok is a barren wasteland of women twerking, and I don't even
you
know.
know
what
the
else.
algorithm only feeds you what you want to look at, right?
Right. I get
That makes so much sense. Why
I
it's
get-
only women twerking?
right.
for me.
Gotcha.
I get comedy. I get voiceover. I get D&D stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are all these twerking women I've been hearing
I
about?
know. I've been on TikTok for like a year now. I have yet to see like a twerking teenager. It just doesn't exist. It's all cat videos and science stuff.
I'm gonna open TikTok right now. Let's place bets on if the first video is gonna be a twerking woman or not.
All right, here we go. I'm opening up my
That's a 50-50. I'm going to open mine and now I'm going to turn down my sound.
yeah, me too.
I would pretend to open mine, but mine will just be twerking women as well.
Right.
So
Up
Mine
first,
is-
cat video. Whoa, that's an ad. Yep, here we go. Cat video. Oh, where's the camera? Right there.
Oh,
See?
oh! The
There's
first
Kitty Cat.
thing I get is 3 women twerking.
And the first thing I get is a guy lip syncing to a Rick and Morty clip.
And for some reason, Nacho Libre is at the end of the clip. Of the women
Fantastic.
twerking. So that's definitely on brand for me. You have 3 women in bikinis twerking, finished off by Nacho Libre.
I just checked what my next one is, and it's Simu Liu from the
Yeah.
Shang-Chi at the gym. So yeah, it's a Marvel thing.
Yeah. And my next video is another woman twerking but upside down.
Oh boy.
And then my next video is a woman bouncing her boobies.
Well, we know what Jacob looks at when he goes to
Yeah.
the bathroom.
Cat videos, clearly.
The next one is a friend of mine trying to find out what their spirit animal is.
Sure. Yeah, if
What
you
is
follow
their spirit
Open Micers podcast on TikTok, you're not gonna get any twerking women, so you'll be sorely disappointed. Unless
I will be happy to oblige.
Just me, you, and Jason like recreating that bikini woman video.
I think I own that bikini, so
You'd
I
all
think
look
that's a
beautiful in
possibility.
that blue too. So
Yeah, blue is not my color, but you know.
But you know, what all kind of stuff did you guys used to do for Pop Culture Palate back in the day?
oh boy, what
man.
didn't we do?
I know. We used to talk about everything under the sun. I mean, we would do like we would talk about gaming, we'd talk about movies, we'd talk about like news shit. It was all over the place.
Mhm.
And it
Tried
started
to focus on, honestly, it was a lot like this show where you were interviewing people that were in entertainment, and but when we didn't have a guest, we would just go into whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that Open Micers ripped off Pop Culture Palate.
pretty
It
much.
sounds
Yeah.
We didn't see it.
Right.
Only it's not as good. Not
It's funny because it's true.
I have better guests though.
We do have some pretty good guests. Not gonna lie. I wonder
Yeah,
who books
very
those
damn
guests.
good guests.
Yeah,
I'll-
I'll hand it to Jacob. Jacob's pretty good at laying in the good guests.
Thank you very much. That's what I do good. I was 2 minutes late today for our 100th episode.
Yeah.
What are some of y'all's fondest memories of shooting the podcast though? Like whether it be like a specific episode, a specific game, or like a guest. We'll start with Stephanie for that question too, because you guys need to let Stephanie talk. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no.
I'm just enjoying this. I've missed everybody, and clearly this is the first time we've met, so it's fun to get personalities and stuff. I think, oh man, I miss doing our trivia games.
Oh yeah.
Those were always so much fun, whether it was to like host it or battle Jason or Wally. Yeah, those were so fun, and it'd be on a specific like topic.
Yeah.
like Star Wars or, oh man, we did like a bunch of them. I can't remember what some of them were,
Right.
but they were just so fun.
My favorite one was when you beat me in the Disney trivia.
Yeah.
That was a freak occurrence.
It was incredibly close too.
Yeah.
It's like right down to. Honestly, I really think that those game shows could just be its own podcast.
Oh, for
And
sure.
I would absolutely
Yeah, but that would
especially
have
if
to
it
be
was
like a monthly podcast because, dear God, I put so much effort into those
Right.
game shows.
And
Mhm.
I would be fine with that. I'm sure people would be fine with that and if we could like do here we are making a new podcast. But if we could have giveaways and things like that are connected to the games, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, it would be very good.
Might be something to think about. That might be fun to do.
We also might get sponsorships.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh.
we're giving away some B-Res coffee.
Oh.
Head over to brescoffeeco.com and use the code OMPodcast for 10% off your order.
Yeah. What we could do is we could have our unpaid intern write us, like, do all of the work for it, and then we could do all the credit and just do a game show.
He
Yeah.
is very academic.
He is. He would probably like that, actually. He'd be like, oh shit, something to do? Hell yeah.
He's a very good intern. He drove me to Jason's show.
Did he
Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the one time I couldn't make it.
Dude, you missed a good show. That was a good night. We had some
It
you
New
get on
was a
stage,
Orleans.
really good
Wally?
night.
Had some New
What was
Orleans
it? No,
comedian
I didn't.
came in.
I didn't. They had too many drop-ins from New Orleans, so I did not go up. But I didn't plan on going up anyway. I was just there to be there.
Yeah.
Moral support.
Yeah, exactly. I heard that they had good sushi for a place called Jack's at the Tracks that doesn't employ any Asians. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a good idea to come by and try it because I didn't believe it.
Yeah, they have one, I think it's a po' boy that's called the Van Cleef Special. And that's probably what I'm going to name my first comedy special.
With the Van Cleef.
Dude,
The Van
our,
Cleef
our, our,
special.
our good friend Mike Dixon was there at the show too, from Dixon's
Yeah.
Dungeon, who we've had on the show here before. He was there,
Nice.
and he ordered one sushi roll that I swear it just looked like a sliced up Hot Pocket. And I think that's what it was.
Now that might get me into sushi. If they just gave us sliced up hot pockets instead of the raw fish thing, like I would be into that.
Oh damn! Frozen in the middle, just like I like.
It's definitely safer eating raw fish than it is to eat a Hot Pocket.
And to be fair, not all sushi is raw fish because I don't eat any with
Right.
that on it.
Yeah, everyone says that, but I can find something that I don't like about any sushi roll you put in front of me. Like
That's
I
fair.
definitely could be like, this is just gross to me.
I can't imagine Jacob turning down anything that's put in front of him at all.
You don't know, you might not know this about me. I'm actually a very picky eater.
I feel closer
Why
to
are you
now.
laughing?
That was funny.
I'm a very picky eater, dude. I just eat a lot of what I like.
So what? Soup and Popeye's chicken? That's it?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. If
Let's go
Popeyes
around the
made
table.
soup-
I want to know what foods is you absolutely hate the worst. Like, what
Oh.
is your most, like, if somebody puts it down in front of you, or somebody, like, you go to like somebody's house and they have it, it instantly like pisses you off just because it exists.
Coleslaw. It belongs in the trash.
Oh yeah, coleslaw's the worst. Who looked at salad and was like, let's put mayonnaise?
You know, it depends on who makes it. My dad makes really good coleslaw.
That's what I hear, Jay. Like, oh, not that your dad makes really good coleslaw. But, like, but just
What, you
but,
hanging
like,
out with my dad now?
that you just
making coleslaw with old Steve.
She hangs out with your extended family.
yeah,
But
like that's what
not
I hear
you.
though. It depends
Yeah.
on who makes it. But to me, it's still just there's only one proper way to make it, and literally that's putting it in the garbage. So
Yeah. Yeah, coleslaw is definitely.
Tell us how you really feel, Steph.
It's
What
like,
about you, Wally? What's the worst food ever to you?
liver and onions.
oh, that's a good.
Well, that's understandable.
a good
Like
one to
if
be bad at.
somebody, like my mom, would swear to God that I loved liver and onions every time we had it. Like it's so weird. I am 18 years of age, and she's like, "I could have swore you liked liver." And no, at what point
I've never
did
had
that
liver and
not
onions.
come across your
Oh,
mind?
it's not good. You're
Yeah,
not missing
it's
much.
horrible, and they had the homemade gravy and everything like that, and it took a lot of time and care to make this meal that I just will not eat.
I mean, who looked at the liver of an animal and was just like, "Hey, this looks like a good cut of whatever this is right here. Let's eat this. And
Well,
let's put
is
onions
liver
on
literally liver, or is liver something else?
No, liver is liver.
It's
It is
liver.
the liver of.
Ah.
What do you
a
think they're gonna
cow.
take a bicep and be like, "Hey, it's liver"? Like, well, why
Well,
would they
right,
call
what
it
kind of
liver?
marketing?
Well, they take
That's
the shoulder
reverse
and call it
marketing.
butt.
I mean,
I have a point, and now you're stumped.
I mean,
'Cause I
yeah,
said something
he's not
smart.
wrong.
you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, but they
you
walk
know,
on all
some
fours,
people-
so all four shoulders could be a butt.
No, that doesn't make sense. That makes no sense. The butt is where the poo poo is.
that needs to go on a T-shirt.
Butt is where
The
we.
butt
What
is
is
where
where
the
the
poo
poo-poo
poo is.
Remind me
BJ
later.
design it.
I'll design a shirt later.
The butt is where the poo poo is.
What
Available
about-
now in
What
the Open
about
Mic
you?
store.
And that could be one of the shirts we give away if we
Yeah.
trivia. What about you, Jason?
I hate meatloaf more than anything else on this
Mm.
planet.
That
I
was
love
not what I was
meatloaf.
expecting.
I knew this about you: the food and the musician.
I did know
Yeah,
this.
both. I hate both equally. Like, I can't stand Meatloaf the musician, and I can't stand Meatloaf the food. I don't know what it
Yeah.
is, but when I was a kid, my grandma, my mom's mom, never cooked. Like, she just could not cook. Like, my dad's mom could cook like a shoe, and it would taste good. My other grandma, she couldn't make anything, but she made meatloaf all the time. And it would just be covered in like Heinz ketchup and like soggy bacon. And it was
You
just
poor
the
soul.
worst. It looked like just a big log of turd. And it was so, I just, to this day, I see
Yummy.
meatloaf and I want to rage kill a gorilla. I don't know.
It's really funny because my mom, and this keeps going back to my mom. My mom was not the best cook, and I learned that after I left. And because
What is this?
everything-
What's this? What's this? You're like,
so my ex, my ex Barbara actually made me meatloaf for the first time, and I'm like, oh, I really don't like meatloaf because to me meatloaf was a log of meat with ketchup slathered on top of it, with no seasoning,
yeah.
no onions, no peppers,
I
no.
feel so
not-
bad for both of you.
Yeah, it was awful, and but no, Barbara made this delicious loaf of goodness, and I'm like, what? Now wait a goddamn minute.
Rampage in the chat room said his mom wasn't the best cook either. So
See, my mom was a wonderful cook.
my mom was a great cook. She just when I hit like 13 years old, she just stopped cooking. She was like, I'm not doing it anymore. You want to eat, you learn how to cook. So I was like, all right.
Look,
Yeah.
my mom's a really good cook, but she will burn, like not even burn, like a steak. She will cook it so well done, like the most well done you have ever seen a steak, and just put it in front of us and be like, steak's ready. It's like, okay, but I can't physically eat it. It's not chewable.
You know, and I feel bad because I used to make fun of our former president for eating well done steak and ketchup. And but that's how I used to eat it too, because my mom would cook steak the same way.
See,
And
I
I thought
didn't.
that is what steak was.
I didn't know ketchup and I didn't know putting ketchup on steak was a thing until
Yeah, it's
I was
not,
well
no.
into adulthood.
I think
It
it's just like a
shouldn't be.
really old Southern man thing.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
That's how my dad eats his steak.
That's my
is-
stepdad too.
I don't anymore because I've had good steak. You know?
Right.
I mean, the good cut, the good, knowing how to cook it correctly. Like, the thing that was a revelation to me was watching Hell's Kitchen, and he taught, Chef Ramsay taught everybody how to cook steak, and I'm sitting there taking notes. Really? Okay. and from that moment on, I took it very seriously.
Yeah.
What about you, Jacob? I'm
yes,
curious.
thank you for asking me. I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to answer the question. In terms of like food that people cook, my mom used to make macaroni and cheese casserole all the time. If you don't know what that is, it's a box of macaroni and cheese with just a can of tuna in it. And she would serve that to us for lunch or dinner or whatever, and it would make the whole house smell bad. And like, why? It's like you ruined a box of mac and cheese by putting tuna in it.
I can honestly say I've never heard of that before.
Me neither.
Like that combo.
My mom made that.
While you just sit in the corner and be quiet.
Your mom made everything, dude.
My mom did not, and the thing is that she didn't call it macaroni and cheese casserole. That was her version of tuna casserole. That was just tuna casserole.
My mom made really good tuna casserole.
See, and that's the thing. I've had other tuna casserole, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Are you sure these are the things that you say they are? It's like, I was having shepherd's pie the other day, and it reminded me, like it had like a core memory of when my mom tried to make a shepherd's pie, and it came out so watery and weird that she's like, look, I know it looks like barf, but it's delicious. And it was, but it looked like barf. It was bad.
See, I can't. I don't know what that's like to have a mom that doesn't know how to cook. Like that would just be weird.
Yeah.
Because like my mom makes one of my favorite things. My mom, she hasn't really made it in a while, is homemade chicken pot pie, and she makes the homemade biscuits on the top of it, and oh my god, it's so good. Like you just, I could taste it right now. So good.
That does sound good. In terms of like not cooked food, but like processed food that I just can't stand. If like my girlfriend, for instance, if she eats a bag of Doritos, Cheetos, Fritos, any kind of like chip like that has like a pungent smell,
or ends in
cannot.
O, apparently.
Or what?
I said, or that ends in O, apparently.
Or that ends in O. Any chip that ends in O. I can't be in the same room with it without throwing up. So make her like wash her hands and brush her teeth before coming back to spend time with me.
Because you are now a gross, disgusting goblin.
Yeah, exactly. I'll do the same thing with my own child, dude. If she's eating Cheetos and has Cheetos all over her hand, fuck that. I will throw up on her.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
It's not easy being cheesy.
So what's a food that you used to hate as a kid, but you love as an adult?
Dr. Pepper.
Well, it's not a
first
food.
of all, Dr. Pepper is amazing all the time, anytime.
Oh my god, I had a cherry Dr. Pepper Zero the other day. It was delicious.
Amazing.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You had me till you said zero. I cannot stand diet or zero drinks. Period.
No, you got to try it, Stephanie. It tastes so good.
And I don't like it.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember those commercials that Diet Dr. Pepper tastes more like Dr. Pepper. No.
You could blindfold me and I could do a taste test, and I feel like I'd be really good at picking out, which is what.
Me too.
Oh, I definitely could, because I drink nothing but diet and zero my whole life. So if I drink anything that has any amount of sugar in it, I'll be like, yep, that'll kill me.
Oh no.
Yeah, right. This is a murderous beverage.
One of the things I absolutely hated when I was younger was mushrooms. I hate the texture. I hate the smell. I hate the taste.
Trippy.
But I hate the way they made me feel that one time. I actually really enjoy them now. I've been cooking with them a lot recently in the last year and a half. And I think that's the first thing that comes to mind, because most of the stuff that I really disliked eating when I was younger, I still dislike eating now, because I too am a pretty picky eater, not by choice. I'll try anything, but my mouth is just like, no, you don't like that. Throw it away. But mushrooms, I think, is the first thing that comes to mind for that.
I can't even really think of anything. I would say chicken gizzards. but I started liking chicken gizzards when I was like 8 years old.
Gizzards.
So
Ugh. I could never get into the gizzards. There's no.
I fuck with chicken gizzards, dude. Livers, no, but gizzards, yeah.
Interesting.
Gizzards are amazing.
Yeah,
No, they're not.
Dude, I don't know if you've ever been to the IP Casino Buffet, but not a sponsor. But if you do go there, first of all, they have. I'm gonna try to not sound like a bigot, but they have it all right. Where they have like old black ladies doing the Southern food, and they got sweet little Asian ladies doing the Asian food, and they got like big old redneck guys doing the seafood. I'm like, okay, everyone knows what they're doing here. And the chicken gizzards on that fucking buffet are so good, dude.
Yeah, Rampage in the chat room says he only likes boxed macaroni. He doesn't like the real mac and cheese. Oh, I will tear up some real mac and cheese, man.
I'll tear up both, to be honest with you. But
I'm that way with dressing.
I'm not a fan of mac and cheese.
Homemade dressing, I can't do it. Stovetop, I'm in.
Right. I can't think of anything that I would not eat as a younger person that I will now. I mean, other than me just not having access to it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, like everything that I eat now is just stuff I ate as a kid. So I don't know. I mean,
something that I ate as a kid that I won't eat now is ravioli.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I can't stand like canned ravioli.
I was just about to say, well, if it's canned, like.
Dude, my grandma, the one that couldn't cook, she used to keep me the little cans of ravioli when I was a kid because that was the only thing I would eat at her house.
Right. Well, I grew up so poor that we had ravioli like twice a week, and so I just never want to see ravioli ever again in my whole life.
Right.
It's interesting how you eat things when you're younger, just because, like, whether it be finances or like this is what your parents make, it's there, and then like you try it again when you're older, and you're just like, this is god awful, or how did I survive on this? Barely. Like, I feel that 100%.
I hadn't had hamburger helper in a long time, and then I had it. And it just made me feel so bad. Like after eating, it's like I feel.
You might as well just go get like a giant salt lick and just take a bite out of it. That's
literally what it is. It's like this has so much salt. Like I swelled up larger than I am now, which can you imagine? And the guy at the Michelin place said I could have a job. It was not ideal.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of fuck with hamburger helper, to be honest.
I mean, I love how it tastes.
Oh yeah,
but it's obviously killing me with every bite.
Like that's a good thing to cook, like when you're like if you're out late or if you have to like be somewhere later. You just cook it up real fast and then just eat it and then hate yourself on your way to wherever you're going.
So, I mean, no, because I'll have the shits too. That's not going to be good.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do what you do and just, just let nature take its course.
Yeah.
You're going to have the shits. You're going to be bloated. You're going to have a headache from dehydration.
And you're going to feel bad about yourself.
Right.
Self-loathing. You're like, why? But it takes, then you get home and you eat the leftovers. You're crying into it, like why?
Right, because I mean, and obviously my date didn't come back with me, so it's like, so I'm going to want to overstuff on it.
You know the thing I hated.
What about you, Jay?
I hated Brussels sprouts when I was a kid, but holy shit, I will eat the hell out of Brussels sprouts now. I still won't touch them.
Is that why your farts are so fucking bad?
Probably.
That's why mine are.
I love them steamed. I love them roasted. I will eat the hell out of.
Have you had them deep fried?
Never had a deep fried one, but I will try it.
Yeah, I always see them use them on Chopped in like the fryer and stuff. Like they just cook up the petals, and I was like, okay, I would try that. But like, I was always forced to eat Brussels sprouts, and I hated them. Absolutely hated them. And I can smell them, and I get like that reaction. I can't deal with it.
I didn't have them until I was already an adult, and the first time I had them was in an actual.
I didn't have a Brussels sprout until I was already a man.
See, and the thing is, we couldn't afford them. I had them, and the thing is that I was like, "Oh my God, look at them! They look like little big cabbages. Look at the favorite cabbage.
Speaking of cabbage,
Bite it in half
that's
so I can look
another
and see what it looks
that's
like on the
another
inside.
thing that I'll eat now that I would not eat as a kid because it used to. I mean, it still stinks. Like, don't get me wrong, cabbage just smells so bad.
Any kind of green I can't get behind, like in terms of collard greens, cabbage. I was stuck with between that or what I originally said. I was like, which do I hate more, coleslaw or? I mean, they kind of go hand in hand, but like,
Give me a
smell.
bowl of green collard greens and some biscuits, and I'm good.
Ugh,
So good.
can't do it.
Yeah, that's disgusting. How does the panel feel about lima beans?
Oh, I love them.
I love lima beans.
It really depends on who's making them.
Can't fucking stand them. Hate them. I hate their very being. They smell so bad, and they last so long. Make so many lima beans.
Why are there so many here?
That's the
And
thing.
then they stay in the fridge, and the whole fridge smells like lima beans.
But there's such a healthy fiber in beans.
Yeah. Throw you
I
a
don't
big.
need fiber. I shit my pants.
That's why you need fiber.
That's one thing. That's one thing I think is hilarious. That over the last few months, that this whole podcast has become a ruse for Jacob to find someone else who shits their pants regularly.
So, Stephanie,
Yeah.
You're not going to get the
I'm-
answer you want.
this has become a debate on our podcast because
Okay.
Jason has taken the stance that normal people don't shit their pants sometimes. Like, even if they're sick, even if there's extenuating circumstances, people just don't shit on themselves. And he claims that he has never shit his pants ever in his whole 65 years of life. Now,
I'm not saying I never have. I mean, I have had illnesses.
exactly. Like, but I'm
You
saying that
shit your pants just for no reason. You'll just be standing there and be like, oh, shit my pants.
that
Yeah.
did happen one time, but that was once. Like, I am of the belief that sometimes it's normal for people to just have an accident. And maybe you thought you had to fart, and maybe it didn't turn out that way. And then maybe you just don't wear underwear for the rest of the day. What?
Stephanie, here's the
Are you-
thing. He shit himself like 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I did.
like consecutive days to weeks,
On the
or you mean
same
like?
day every week.
I have so many questions for you, Jake.
3 Tuesdays in a row, I shit my pants. On a Tuesday, 3 weeks in a row.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Once in a Dollar Tree, once at the juke joint, once at work.
Which is why I don't go to the juke anymore.
So, Stephanie, do you
So we
shit
act-
yourself regularly?
I will.
No. When
On
was the
camera.
last time you shit yourself?
Okay, how old am I? I'm about to be 34, and I will 100%. These guys know me. Will be honest to truth, no matter what. Can honestly say I have never shit my pants ever. Ever. And I've been pretty sick before. I've thrown up and my nose has bled at the same time, and like I've had some
Ooh.
crazy shit happen, but one of them literally not being shit in my pants. So, but I do have a friend that has had that happen a couple times. Like,
Okay.
she was
so-
actually in my car when it happened, and I didn't know. And she managed to save like everything. My car was fine, don't worry. But I didn't even know until after the fact. She was like, can I go to the bathroom really quick? And I was like, yeah, you can go first. That's fine. And then after I found out, she Panda Express got her, and it just came out while she was in the back of the car as we were pulling in. So it was
She
like
had the poo-poo platter.
Sounded like you were taking a piss in there. Good lord.
for me
Like
personally,
somebody's
no, I never have.
emptying a bucket of chili. What's going on in there?
Thank God it happened as soon as we were pulling in, like
Yeah.
to the parking spot and to the house. But like, no.
and maybe I should, make it clear that it's not like a whole like dookie.
I didn't assume
No.
that, but
It's just a little, just
A pre-turd.
Yes, it's pre-turd. That's
Okay,
what it
just-
is.
What
it
is-
gets you?
I've never had pre-turd before.
It's just a little,
Sure means a lot to a lot of different people.
It's
Jay.
spackle. It's a little spackle.
It's that warning shot across the bow before you've gone.
Yes.
Before you have
Like
a
just
complete pack.
enough to where you have to throw your underwear away. Not so much you have to throw the whole jeans away.
Oh boy, yeah. So you should probably eat more lima beans.
No. I'd rather shit my pants. We're gonna have a guest on one day that's just like, yeah, that's completely normal. And
I'm
not gonna rest.
I'm totally like all about like, oh, don't embarrass people. Like accidents happen. Like I get it, but I don't know how I would say that's normal. Like, yes, accidents are normal and accidents happen, and you are not the only person in the world. But like,
thank you.
You've been to the doctor, right?
No.
All right, so joining the call is my gastroenterologist.
No. Oh, real shit. So at the juke joint last night, I've made a friend at the comedy shows who is like a legitimate doctor, like a legit surgeon. He works for the military. He is like a credentialed MD. And
not like the pharmacists that
like he is a legit doctor, and he said that he would come on the podcast and we'd do like a whole podcast of him finding out what's wrong with me. But
do you have that kind of time?
That's the problem, is the logistics of it all. We just that we need to get like a whole 24-hour span. But I essentially gave him a rundown, and his initial thoughts is that I have brain damage.
Oh my god!
What do you guys think about that?
I'm just laughing at the delivery of that. The delivery of that was fantastic. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, I'm not going to dispute it.
CTE?
Just for the record, everyone, this is the first time Jacob and I have actually spoken, so I'm a little bit biased. I'm just going to step back and let the boys have this.
No, it's okay. You can make fun of me for having brain damage. We're close enough. No, like, because I told him a story. It's like when I was born, the umbilical cord like basically like hung me coming out of the womb because it was around my neck. And when I was 2 years old, I ran into like an iron, like an actual like iron you use to iron clothes.
Oh.
I ran into one of those and busted my head open. I still have a scar. And I told him about like all the tics I have and how like it's like I can't focus on one thing a lot. Yeah. I have tics. You haven't noticed my tics? Like I do a thing with my wrist.
I thought you meant like the bug tics.
No. No. That's all. No. Spelled differently, I think.
Jason thought there was an infestation.
Yeah, I was like, I'm never coming to your house ever.
I don't have bugs, but I told him about all that, and he was like, "Yeah, I think you might have brain damage."
There might be something neurological going on.
What do you guys think?
I'm not gonna dispute it.
Yeah,
I'm not a doctor like him. I don't have the credentials, so sorry, Molly.
No, it's okay. I listen to a lot of My Favorite Murder, and this is how a lot of serial killer bios start. So
what? No, I'm not gonna kill anybody. I don't want to hurt anyone.
Like they had a terrible head injury when they were born. I mean, it's like, oh, okay, well, they're definitely a serial killer now.
Well, I think it either made me slightly less smart or way more smart.
Let's hope for the second one.
Maybe. But it would explain a lot, wouldn't it? Maybe that's why I shit my pants, is brain damage.
You came out with the cord around your neck. Like,
yeah.
You came out trying to kill yourself. That's such a Gen Z thing to do.
I'm writing a bit about that, actually. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I tried to kill myself right out of the womb.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I only have.
You're not touching it, but it's still me. I'm still just a dumbass.
I mean,
you can make fun of me for having brain damage.
I have very minimal medical expertise, very, very minimal, and I can't diagnose brain injuries, but I'm not gonna dispute it. I would say.
I think I need to go get like a brain scan and see if I do actually have brain damage.
This got real serious real quick.
I didn't want it to be serious. I finally got an answer of what the fuck is wrong with me.
I don't know. I would say go get a scan done and see if there's any dark spots in your brain, or like, if it looks like Swiss
or in my
cheese.
Pants.
Yes. This is a normal brain. This is Jacob Craig's, and this is also his pants.
The spots are virtually identical.
They all have holes in them.
we had to sterilize the cat's can.
He shit the machine. What kind of guests did you guys have on Pop Culture Palate sometimes? Who are some of your favorite guests that you were able to talk to?
We talked to the creators of the Suicide Squad.
Nice.
Who else did we have, Wally? We had so many guests on that show.
Mike Grella, I think, was on there.
Yeah, Mike
There were
Grell.
a lot, yeah.
Yeah, but just mostly people from the comic book industry because of Steve.
Yeah.
There were some.
Didn't Brian O'Halloran come back after?
Brian O'Halloran was on the show.
Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
there.
That's where we met Jeremy London, was because of Pop Culture Palate.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't have huge guests.
I mean, I was on there. I'm just saying.
Well,
Yeah.
okay.
You weren't a guest, though. You were a host.
No.
At first, I was a
guested.
guest.
She was a guest.
That's
the
right.
first time she
Stephanie
was on.
started out as a guest.
Right.
Mhm.
Steve was like, I found a streamer we can talk to. It's like, he's talking like he's an archaeologist, like he found something.
I discovered a streamer.
I discovered what is called a streamer.
I excavated a streamer.
She's on something called Twitch.
No, that sounds wrong. Twatch. That sounds like a naughty body part.
That sounds like the feed we'd be seeing on Jacob's TikTok, honestly.
That's a
Yeah.
whole that's
Lot
a
of
whole
twatches on
different
my
streaming
TikTok.
platform right there. That's a Jacob Craig special there.
That's right.
Dude.
Yeah, there were a lot. We had a lot of fun interviews, whether they were like quote unquote well known or just kind of like more under the radar.
Right.
Yeah.
The problem
Yeah.
is I have all the old episodes saved, but only about half of them I have still have the names for, like the names of the episode, so I could kind
We
of
used to name
know
them-
who's
Well,
there.
we used to name them. We used to name them stupidly though, so it wasn't like the blah 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 interview. It would be like purple elevators in the rain or some shit
Yeah.
like that. You know, so something that we said. You know,
Mhm.
so that wouldn't even help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
That's a very
blame
good point.
Jason because he does that shit here too.
I don't even put episode titles when I save them in my folder. I just put the episode number. That's it.
Sir, we're gonna have to talk about your production skills.
All right.
Well, when you're the only one doing it, you do what works for
Finally.
you.
I'm glad you guys said something. Oh, I'm just kidding. I couldn't do this.
Hey, but
without you.
now
Please don't leave
we
me.
have
Right.
all the shows I do now are on Anchor, and it's not like Libsyn where if I stop paying it, the shows go away. So
Right.
now the shows will always be there until Amazon decides to shut it down.
I
Goodness.
always felt that was a weird thing. That YouTube is free and Libsyn you have to pay for, and that's just people talking.
Well, the
It's
stupid
like-
way Libsyn does it is you're not allowed to, they won't let you do ads, like sponsored ads, until you hit like 10,000 downloads per episode. I'm like, that's dumb. Why would you cut out all that revenue? Like, because the reason that Anchor works so good is like, as soon as you hit 50 downloads, like, boom, you start being able to do ads,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
and you get
So
paid
you mean
per.
the show gets to 50 people?
Well, this one's still waiting on, like the 50th person. We'll get there one day.
Hey,
That's like
people listen to our
twice.
podcast, dude. Okay.
Oh, to
Like-
be fair, it's so funny. Like, I love the idea of podcasts, and like, obviously, I loved doing Pop Culture Palette. It was so much fun and like the highlight of my week. And it would give me something to look forward to, like while slaving away at work, right? Like
Mhm.
making stuff
Right.
up. But I'm not like one to listen to a lot of podcasts, which I've been trying to change that over the years. I'm just so bad at it. I love them. I love the idea of them, but like there's so many. And like I know Wally and I have talked about, because I like love true crime. And you've told me about the murder one. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to watch that, or well, not watch it, listen to it. And I still have yet to do that. I'm just so bad at it.
They have these animated clips from the show on Exactly Right. YouTube channel. The name of their production company is exactly right.
Mhm.
And so they animate little sections of their show,
I love
and
that.
it's some of the funniest stuff. The way they animate some of the stuff, like they had this one story about a woman who they're driving down the road, and one of the kids kind of lean up and go, "Hey, Susie's gone." And like they're driving down the road, and Susie is a 4-year-old child that should be in the back, and she is gone, and the back is open, and it's like, oh no.
I love that.
So it's that story. I mean, it's a lot of stuff like that. It's really great.
See, the reason I can listen to a lot of podcasts is because I work at a job where I don't have to deal with people or talk to anybody all day.
You
So
lucky
Must be
son of a
nice.
bitch.
I just listen to podcasts and music all day long.
I can't do that
Very
anymore.
nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely
I'm
can.
very selective, and people will recommend podcasts to me, and then I'll listen to like an episode or two and stop listening.
Mhm.
Like this one called the Pop Culture Palate. Um, there's one
Open
called
micers.
Nerd
Yeah.
King Retro.
I'm
no,
noticing a theme here.
no, but the one I was really talking about is called the Film Reroll. Like whenever I was telling everybody I was going to start dungeon mastering a D&D campaign, somebody's like, "Oh, there's this podcast called the Film Reroll where they take these movies, and then they'll replay them in uh, role play, and basically go by the randomness of the roles. So, for example, if you're playing in Last Action Hero, uh, can you get away from the guy who's trying to break into his apartment? Roll for it, that kind of thing. And
Hmm.
that show sounds amazing, and it is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't like the personalities of the people who are doing it, and they're not. I don't think they're taking it too seriously, which is normally okay for a comedy podcast, but they're going way over the top in a way that's not funny.
Yeah.
And they're using Pathfinder rules, which is a system of play that I am unfamiliar with. So I don't know what the fuck you're doing. So it's no. So yeah, sometimes I'll get that kind of thing, and you have wasted my time.
Yeah. Call me a psychopath, but I only.
Psychopath.
Okay, thank you. I only watch podcasts that are on YouTube. Like, I don't listen to podcasts on Spotify. If it's only audio, I won't listen to it. I like to watch people talk.
Right.
I can understand that.
Right. There are certain topics that I have to watch. So
Yeah.
like theme parks. It's like that you can describe an attraction all you want, but I have to see what it looks like.
Yeah. Well, it's like even with this show, like if you're not watching our video version, you're missing so many facial expressions. If there's an awkward silence, then we laugh. Then something funny probably happens. Somebody made a dumb face or some shit like that. Like when you're actually watching a podcast, like you get all those little subtleties that you don't pick up on in the audio.
Mhm.
Right.
And I feel completely called out by Jacob right now. The only reason I don't have a webcam up, my PC isn't like almost in part. I'm in the process of moving, so like I don't have a lot of stuff up at the moment.
No, it's totally fine.
But I usually have a webcam on.
It's okay. I like looking at the Mudkip.
Thank you.
Yeah, the mud. I was about to mention the Mudkip.
Steffi just doesn't want to turn on her webcam because she's afraid she might bust out into a twerk just for no reason.
Oh yeah, of course.
Every time there's a camera on her, just start twerking.
No, that was Steve that was doing.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Man, I wish Steve could have been here. I miss talking to Steve so much.
Me too.
He's just so far away right now.
And happy. He does. Only
Good.
podcasters aren't very happy. So
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna move to a tiny island and find
universal health care.
Yeah,
I didn't even
universal
know that was
healthcare.
official till you guys just said it tonight. And I was like, what? It actually, because I'm never on Facebook or anything like that. So I don't see anything from him. And I didn't know that was an actual official status.
He doesn't
He
post
doesn't even
much
post
anymore.
all that much. No, and the only reason I know about all this stuff is because, of the times where he does post, which is very, very, very few and far between. It'll have at least one person who will be like, "Where you been, Steve?" and he'll explain it on every post he makes.
That's probably why he stopped posting.
Right. He's like, I'm not posting anymore. I don't want to tell my life story to everyone.
And I realize, I'm like, that's what it means to be a happy, content human being. You just don't give two shits about social media anymore.
Right. And that's basically it. Me, on the other hand, I crave your attention. So follow me at the Real Big Wall.
Well, as soon as you said the words, "I'm a comedian," we could have told you that.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, yes. I upload Fortnite videos that no one watches.
I watch them.
Someone. Well, yeah.
I don't.
Actually, the most recent ones have gotten a little traction. I noticed. I think it's because I've fooled the algorithm. I said top 10 or more reasons that skill-based matchmaking sucks.
You know what else you have to do? You have to make cover photos of it. And you have to put a white outline around yourself, making a goofy face. Pointing
that is literally what I did. That is literally what I did. If you look at it, let me pull it up real quick.
Pointing at the title of the video, you're just like,
that's almost what I'm doing. And that's the thing. I did it as a joke because I'm like, you know what? It'd be really funny if I get some views just based on the fact that I'm looking that I did this, and I made a little thumbnail of myself and all this kind of stuff. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, here it is.
Well, while Wally looks for your gratification, I would like to put out in the universe, Steve, wherever you are, I hope you're well and you're thriving, and I miss you.
I don't know if you could.
I think Steve's doing better than all of us combined.
That's probably true. I don't even know if he. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what he's doing. Really.
Being a comic book artist, I mean, I know. Oh yeah, that's what you got to do. But being a comic book artist, like he couldn't hardly find any work here in America. Like he goes to comic books are still huge over in Europe, so there's so much more work over there for him to do.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, he gets universal health care. He doesn't have to have a car. He walks everywhere he wants to go.
Yeah. We mentioned he lives on an island.
If we had universal health care, I would have gotten tased a long time ago.
Steve looks like he lives on in the movie Luca, and it's not fair.
Yeah, that's gross. I love it. Good for him. Good for you. So happy for you.
So happy for you. So what do we want to end on? We got about 7 or 8 minutes left here on the old podcast here. So
I did want to just say real quick that the thing I miss the most about Pop Culture Palate is the events that we would go to.
Oh yeah.
Just showing up to Free Comic Book Day, the Monsters party, and filming monsters in general. Going to Pensacon together, all of those things were just so much fun, and that's the thing I miss the most is being able to just share those moments with all of you.
Yeah,
I think I would have to agree with that 100%.
Yeah, that's something that me and Jason were able to do for open micers. We both got passes to Pensacon this last time, and yeah, it's fun to make those kind of memories. To be like, yeah, I got to go here for free because I'm on a podcast.
And one of these years we'll get to do an open micers. We'll actually get to do a panel.
Yeah,
one of them.
Hopefully.
That would be so cool for you guys.
That would be very nice, but I don't know if we're good. Like if we're tame enough to do a comic book panel.
That's the problem, because me and you always try to one up one another, and we tend to get a little saucy.
Yeah, we do get a little saucy. Like it's gonna just be like a roast off in the middle of a convention.
Yeah.
It's funny. Since you say that, I've actually sat down and I've started. My goal is to come up with a set that doesn't have any objectionable material.
Yeah.
And that was my whole thing. And the first thing I noticed is, it'd be really funny because I watched this video of a person who was flying across country in their own private plane, and I'm thinking to myself, can you not listen to the radio when you're flying a plane? Could you imagine having to drive across country with no radio playing? I mean, if it were me and I was in a wreck in a plane, that black box is going to be like, well, let's see what y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Yep, that's the last thing you hear of me.
That's great. Boy. That's a good one. I can only do like 5 clean minutes, dude. Like and that's a struggle. That's me like having to think about like just don't say fuck, don't say fuck, don't say fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
That used to be a lot. I used to say it a lot more.
Well, fuck.
Right? I know. They're so fun. They're so fun to say.
It's such a cool word. It fits versatile. Everywhere.
Right. And it's good for emphasis. Like I have to think about other adjectives besides fucking. So much work.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
All right. Well,
I'm tapped out. I already talked about shit and brain damage. Like, what more do you want from me?
So I just want to go around and Stephanie, just want to say I love you, I miss you, and you got anything? Got anything you want to throw out there before we go?
Oh my God, it's so weird because like I don't stream anymore, and like what am I doing with my life?
Twerk videos on your TikTok.
I told you that in confidence.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, nothing going on really. I'm still everywhere, same name, so twitter.com/SteffiLou. I still have that same Twitch channel, but I don't stream. I am currently writing a poetry book, which has kind of been on hold for a minute just because I'm moving and then I got to get stuff settled. I'm probably just going to self-publish through Amazon. But if you're curious about any of my poetry, you can go to instagram.com/Steph_poetry and find my work there. And that's pretty much all I've got going on right now.
Awesome. What about you, Wally? Where can we find your twerk videos?
Onlyfans.com/no. God, where can you find my twerk? I'm just to let you know, I've actually read through Stephanie's book, and it's fantastic.
You're always helping me edit it.
Awesome.
Yeah, the thing is, I can't find any misspelled words, so I feel like a failure.
Maybe I'm just that good.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I'm supposed to be looking for mistakes, but the only mistake is hiring me. But no, you can find me at The Real Big Wall. I sometimes stream. Ever since I moved, I haven't been streaming like I was. Not that I'm very good or anything like that, and you can't donate to me or anything like that because I do it from my PlayStation. But it's at The Real Big Wall everywhere except for Facebook, which is Wally is Funny, is how you find me there. You'll find Wally Phelps Comedy there. I'm on TikTok at The Real Big Wall. You can see me twerking. So wait, no, that is where you see me twerk. Okay, all right. I'm in such dire straits right now. If you want to just cash at me $1,000, I'll probably sleep with you.
All right, Jacob, what we got going on before we get out of here?
Well, I need to get Wally's Cash App before we go. Yeah, so if you like our podcast, you like me and Jason, you like it when me and Jason say mean things to each other sometimes, then you need to come out this Friday to District on the Alley in Gulfport, Mississippi, because we're going to be in a roast battle. And the first round is me versus Jason Robbins. We're going to probably film it for the podcast. More than likely, we'll probably put it on Patreon behind a paywall. So you're going to have to go to www.openmicers.com to check it out. and we are currently on TikTok. That's our newest thing. You can follow us everywhere at Open Micers Podcast. And as for me solo, I will be hosting for Daniel Van Kirk in Mobile, Alabama at the Alabama Music Box on May 7th. Tickets available now. Get those before they sell out.
And that's going to do it for this week. And if you want to follow us, you can follow us at Open Micers on Twitter, Instagram, openmicerspodcast@gmail.com. Go follow us wherever. Go give us some money. Be like Daniel Salmon here. Give us the $50 level so I can just tase the crap out of Jacob. And we're going to put that on the Patreon. So go, openmicers.com takes you to the Patreon. We're going to post that video as soon as we do it. And we'll see you guys next week. Awesome.
It was nice knowing you, Jacob.
Thanks. Yeah. I need to get Dr. Bernarci on call for when we do that.
Yeah. Well, if anything happens, me and Derek Shirley could keep you alive if we do it at the show or
Maybe.
something.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but awesome. Let me go ahead and get us out of here. Thank you guys for watching on Twitch. Had a nice number of viewers tonight, and join us every week at 6:30 p.m. Central, and we will see you guys. Actually, come back in 30 minutes for Nerd Cave Retro, and we'll see you guys later.
That's a good show.